All right, week 3 has just ended. I know it's early in the football season, still early, but I'm going to give you my top 10 teams so far in the NFL. We do it all the time. We make predictions, we make assumptions. I'm going to give you my top 10 teams of the NFL football season so far after week 3. Number 10, I got the Dallas Cowboys. I know they had their backup quarterback, and I know they looked terrible that first Sunday night of the season against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Tampa Bay's defense is making everybody look bad right now. They bounced back a week later against the AFC Championship Bengals team. They got the backup quarterback who came in and did his thing. The defense is leading this team right now. Let's not get it, confused. The defense is leading this team. The pass rush is one of the best in the league, and they're keeping Dallas in games to give them a chance. Now, my thing on offensively, I think Tony Pollard needs to be the guy. I know Zeke is making a lot of money and you don't want to hurt no feelings. He's been good for the organization. But I think Tony Pollard should take the bulk of the carries, run the ball, keep it at manageable third downs for Cooper Rush until Dak Prescott comes back, and lean on that defense. I think Dallas is playing good. I think they in the division to stack up some wins. I got them number 10 right now. Number 9, I got the Minnesota Vikings. I think they like this new coach. They like playing for this new coach. Kirk Cousins looks more comfortable with this coach. Every little mistake he did, he had to go look over his shoulders. But he feels like he's more free now, and it's always tough with those division games. They came back and won. They won week 1 against Green Bay. I feel like Cousins kind of gave the game away against the Eagles. They were competitive in that game. They just couldn't finish drives and get touchdowns in the red zone. But this is just something about those division games, like I said. It seems like the Lions always play the Vikings tough. You really can't take too much from that game. Those divisional games, like I said, Lions play them tough every year. They found a way to win. That's the thing Minnesota had problems with last year. Winning close games. They could have made the playoffs easy last year, but they lost a lot of close games, a lot of down to the wire games. You got to win these type of games to make the playoffs. Vikings did that. I got them at number 9. Number 8, I got the Green Bay Packers. Now Green Bay, Rodgers got to get more trust with these young guys. He's still got a lot of young guys out there he's trying to build trust with, but for now he's going to have to lean on his veterans. Randall Cobb, he still has Randall Cobb, Aaron Jones, and Dillard with dealing with the running game. So once he gets that kind of taken care of, he got Bakhtiari, his left tackle, back last week. So once he starts getting his pieces back and getting comfortable with the young guys, I think this team will be a lot better, down the stretch in the middle of the season than they are right now. Still working out some kinks, but I think the defense is a top 5 defense. So they're gonna have to keep Green Bay in games right now until the offense finds its identity. The defense is good right now. I think they solid. I think they're good enough to win this first quarter, 2 quarters of the season for Green Bay and get them through. I got the Packers at 8. Number 7, I got the Los Angeles Rams, the defending champs. Kind of shaky right now. They were blown out in that first week 1 against the Bills. Kind of struggled with the Falcons, but they still found a way to win and didn't look too good against the Cardinals. But like a win is a win. You got to find ways to win games. Every week you're going to get every team's best shot. You're the champs now. I think the Rams need to realize that. I think they are realizing we're going to get team's best shots every week, and they guys got to come out and meet everybody else's intensity. It's kind of hard being the champ and kind of getting up every week. You won the Super Bowl, and then you're in week 3, so it's kind of like, you got to get motivated for that. You're gonna get everybody's best spot. They, have some issues. On the offensive line, the center is out. Stafford still, I think he has an injury that he's not talking about, and for some reason, Cam Akers keeps fumbling the damn ball. So once they get that taken care of, I think the defense played good last week. I still think they're gonna find ways to win because of their experience and their championship mentality. But right now, I got them at 7. Number 6, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I still think this is the top team in the NFC, just not healthy right now at the receiver position. They have offensive line issues with injuries. Tom Brady's 45 years old. He doesn't look great right now, but it's still early. And I think once he gets his pieces back, guys he's more comfortable with, I think he'll be okay. You got Chris Godwin. You got Mike Evans missed last week because of suspension. Then you got a veteran like Julio Jones who knows things. It's kind of hard to you can't really kind of judge them for last week. But I think this is the best defense in the league right now. And that defense is going to keep them in games. They kept them in that game against Aaron Rodgers last week. Tampa Bay had no business being in that game, but the defense kept them around gave time a chance to try to win it at the end. It just didn't happen. But I think once this team is healthy and everybody's back, they're still a top team in the NFC. I got the Bucks at 6. Number 5, got the Baltimore Ravens. What Lamar Jackson is doing right now is unbelievable. He's definitely the MVP of this season so far after 3 games. Baltimore's going to pay that man his money or look crazy. He's carrying this team. They don't have the best weapons in the world. Having left tackles as this guy lost, but he's still out there playing good. Best offense in the league, and that's mainly because of him. He don't have the best pieces around him. You scare him to death. Belichick looked confused last Sunday. He ain't know what to do. What defense scheme? What do I do with this guy? He had no answers. Lamar Jackson is single-handedly carrying this Baltimore offense. He got some help from Mark Andrews, but a lot of guys who you never heard of. You don't know who's who. You don't know who's in the lineup. Seems like they got a new injury every week. The thing that scares me about Baltimore is the secondary. I mean, they can't cover nobody. You got people running wide open. They had Mac Jones looking like Dan Marino last week. A couple of weeks ago, they had Tua having his breakout career game. So that's what scares me about Baltimore right now. They got Josh Allen this week. So it looks like Lamar's going to have to put his cape on again and put up 35 to 40 points. So that might be a shootout because of that secondary. Other than that, I like this Ravens team. Number 4, I got the Miami Dolphins. I like what Mike McDaniel has come in. You get an offensive coach for a young quarterback. You see how different Tua look now. You got an offensive guy, got some weapons around him, move the ball around, throw it downfield. This is a different Tua than we've seen his first couple of years in the league. My thing with Miami, they can win games different ways. You know, you got to show that you can win. Last week, they won it with defense. The week before, they won it with a shootout in Baltimore. You know, so you got to show that you can win 17-14, 14-10, 41-38. Dolphins have showed they can win in multiple ways. I like what I'm seeing from the Miami Dolphins. I got the Dolphins at 4. Number 3, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. A little spotty right now on offense. I think last week was the first week where we realized, damn, Tyreek Hill don't play for them no more. Just not as explosive. You know, they can just start from the 20 and then get in the end zone. It's not that. You're going to have to methodically work your way downfield. And we have to see, you know, does Mahomes have the patience for that? Still got Travis Kelce. He's just trying to work these new guys in. Juju Smith-Schuster, Valdez-Scantling, and, you know, get the running game going on a little bit. You know, establish the running game a little bit. I think the defense is better than it's, you know, been last year. You know, not having a kicker last week cost them that game. Not having Harrison Butker, you know, on special teams cost them last week. They missed a field goal, and then they had to fake a field goal because they didn't trust the guy. So I think once they, you know, nip those things in the bud, they'll be okay, but still a top 3 team in this league. Number 2, I got the Buffalo Bills. I thought Buffalo outplayed Miami. They were clearly the better team, but you got to finish. You got to finish, and you got to, you know, the thing with Buffalo is, scares me about Buffalo is, Josh Allen is the running game. So it's like, how do you, when you're in a tough game and you need, you know, to run the clock out, can Buffalo do that? You know, they still need to work on that running game. And they kind of remind me of the Warriors with KD. Like, they was just so used to kicking everybody's ass that when they were actually in a close game, it was like they kind of looked confused in half-court basketball. That's kind of how it is with Buffalo. Oh man, we in a close game. What do we do? Like, they look confused that last 5 minutes in that Dolphin game. Had every chance to win that game, and they did take advantage of it. Guys not running out of bounds, and it just looked like a team that's not used to being in close games. I want to see how the Bills do in these close games. That's what's going to be the mark of a champion. Can the Bills win the close games? And number 1, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. They're like the most complete team to me right now. Defense is playing great. Offense is playing great. Jalen Hurts has surprised me. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not a Jalen Hurts fan. I was not sold on Jalen Hurts. I didn't think Jalen Hurts was a starter in this league. Boy, has he proved me wrong. You get the pieces around him. The running game was always there. We always knew he could run, but could he hit the open guy? Was his accuracy okay? What kind of leader he was? He's proved me wrong. I know it's only week 3, but I've been highly impressed with Jalen Hurts. He is the guy who I was like, if the Eagles going to get to the next level, it's going to be because of Jalen Hurts. And I like what I'm seeing right now. The Eagles definitely made the right choice, moving on from Carson Wentz and going with Jalen Hurts. They got the pieces around them. They got a good running game, one of the best offensive lines in the league. Went out and got A.J. Brown. I think it's all in order for the Eagles to make a push. I got them as my number 1 team in the NFL after week 3. It's still early, but I like the direction they're going in.